Well, Mark, a 3-0 win in midweek and going into a tough test at Scunthorpe, that must be something that gives the boys a bit of an extra boost of motivation.
I think you have to take Tuesday in isolation because as well as we did, you have to look at the strength of the opposition, and they were very young. But you can only beat what's in front of you. So it's for sure confidence for the boys that played. And we look forward to the game on Saturday, and we know it's going to be a tough test like it is every week, strengths and weaknesses, but we're ready to go.
And obviously some of those boys put in a great shift on Tuesday. I suppose they'd be in your head for Saturday, but is it a case of keeping consistent and trying to work with that group you've got and get those performances and turn them into goals?
Well, the performances have been really good. So we have to maintain the performance level, and we just have to make sure that we're a bit more ruthless in front of the goal. If we do that, then we can win a lot of games.
Obviously, Scunthorpe proved their credentials last season from beating Forest Green twice. You know, then going into this one, it's going to be a tough test, but I imagine that you want to get one over on.
Different setup now. They had a lot of experienced players last year. We played really well in the home game. I think we missed another penalty. Should have won the game. They've gone this year. They've recruited quite young, so they've got a lot of energy. So we know it's going to be a tough game, but we're playing really well, so we're looking forward to it.
So is it fair to say that the two sides facing up against each other this year will be more similar in terms of the age and what they have to offer?
Yeah, we've been over the last few years, predominantly the youngest team in the EFL. So we've added a couple of boys that are not old, but have got a bit of experience in terms of the games they've played. But we're still a young team.
And are those experienced heads that you've brought in, do you feel that they've been a key part of the excellent performances so far? Yeah,
and not so much there, but off the pitch as well. They've had a good influence on the younger players, which is how you learn as a younger player. You need good role models, and you need people to learn from. And if you look at, for an example, Aaron Collins, he lives near Jamil Matt, and they travel a lot together with masks on, obviously. But I think you can see Jamil's experience. There's evidence of his experience rubbing off on Aaron, and he's become a better pro.
Because it's fair to say that the Aaron Collins we've seen this year has been a step up from the one we saw last year. Some absolutely fantastic performances and key involvements this season.
Well, that's down to him. I think he's recognised that to be a proper player, you have to have a really good attitude and a real good work ethic all the time, not just now and again. And I think Jamil's helped him with that.
And another player who's stood out in terms of statistics is Nicky Cadden. We saw a stat in midweek saying that he's played more key passes this season than the likes of Salah, De Bruyne, Son. He's actually leading the line across the top 4 tiers. It must be nice looking at those stats and seeing that the work you're doing is paying off.
I must have missed them passes then. No, listen, he's done great for us, and there's more to come from him. And he's got a rocket of a left foot, and I'm waiting for that net to bulge when he gets it right.
And with the age you've mentioned in the squad, I think possibly the area that it stands out the most is across the back three. Obviously, you've got Moore Taylor with a little bit of experience, but you've got two very, very young centre halves either side of him. Yeah, are you impressed with how they've performed and how they've grown as professionals this season? Yeah,
I think Jordan's had and Stokesy have had a big input on the young players, and it's important that they keep listening to the more experienced boys and helping them to learn. And the two you spoke about there in Dokes and Kitch have done phenomenally well, but they've got to keep going. They've got to keep those performance levels up.
And it looks like it's going to be another tough test for that back three again, isn't it? What are you expecting from Scunthorpe going forward? They're
very compact. They're very disciplined in their shape. Defend quite deep. So they'll make it difficult for us, and they've got a lot of energy in the team as well. So we have to make sure we do all the basics well, stick to what we do, and hopefully we can get the first goal.
And can it be a little bit tough for a Mark Cooper side to play against a defence that sits a bit deep? Because instead of playing through them, you have to play in front of them.
Well, not when you've got Jamil Matt. I think you saw that on Saturday, that you know, you have the option of, if they do want to defend on their own penalty box, you can stick a couple up to Jamil and he'll stop the ball coming out of the box. So the opposition have that problem to deal with as well.
And obviously Matt, amongst the goals on Saturday, getting that all-important equaliser, but that isn't necessarily why he's inside, is it? His role is probably more than a goal scorer, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a conventional, what you call him, a target man. So, you know, he stops the ball coming back a lot, you know, and if he doesn't win the header, if the ball's in the air, then it invariably doesn't travel very far back towards our defence. So he's a target man. He's got technically very good in terms of his hold-up play, and he's done great.
And is that the reason that the partnership between him and Aaron Collins is working in terms of creating those chances?
I think so. Yeah, I think they've developed an understanding. But you know, you've got other forwards now that are pushing as well, which is important.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Mark, and all the best.